What's up everybody, Tim here with Shields Monocar Customs. I have a really cool video for you today, okay? I am going to show you how I apply decals to my builds. Guys, I'm going to be working on that 55 Nomad. I've got to get that body ready, okay? I got to get it done. I'm getting so close. So guys, don't go anywhere. Smash that like button, okay? Subscribe if you haven't already. You know the role. You know what to do. So, I love you. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Okay guys, here I am at the bench. We're going to apply some decals to this 55 Nomad. Guys, I'm really excited. So I have used different techniques. There's many techniques out there. One of the most common techniques is literally using a Q-tip and applying decals in that way, which is great. It works fine. It works fine. But what I like to do, guys, is I like to use brushes, okay? So what I like to do is I like to use this brush, which is a little bit bigger, wider, soft, not as firm. I use this to apply the water to the surface at which I am applying decals. In this case, the body of the 55 Nomad. And then once I get the decal, or once I get the water laid, I use this brush to actually apply and squeegee out the water, okay? So you have to be careful. I will say that, because if you apply your brush, if you are dabbing that on too roughly, you can scratch your paint. I use a pretty firm but soft bristle brush. Now, with that being said, guys, this technique is not the best technique. It's just the technique that I like, and I'm excited to show you. So, again, you're going to need 2 paint brushes. You're going to need a container for your water. I use warm water and 1 drop of Dawn dish soap inside the water. What that dish soap does is it literally makes the decals a little bit more versatile. It allows you to be able to work that decal around a little bit longer. It gives you a little bit of extra time to get that thing set and get it where you need it. Okay, so without further ado, guys, I am going to adjust the camera. We're going to get down here and we are going to apply these decals and we're going to get it done. Now, with that being said, once I get the decals set, I will be applying 2 more coats of clear coat. Now, with that being said, guys, you have to allow your decals time to dry. So what I'm going to say is this. As a rule of thumb, I do no less than 4 hours, right? 4 hours is the minimum at which I let my decals dry before I do anything else with them. There has been times where I still, after 4 hours, wasn't 100% confident that these decals were set and where they needed to be in order to apply clear coat. So I've literally let my decals set for a day, maybe 2 days. So, guys, let your decals dry. Now, you do not want to ruin a paint job, okay? Just because you want to be impatient, you got to have patience. You don't want to ruin your paint, okay? So, let those things dry. I can't stress that enough. Let it dry. Okay? So, without further ado, guys, I'm going to get this camera adjusted. Let's get these things set. Let's get these things put on. Let's get this thing looking like a 55 Nomad. All right? All right, guys. So, a couple more things that you're going to need that I use. You're going to need some good tweezers, okay? Good tweezers. So, I got me a set of tweezers. Be sure to have your scissors handy in case you need to do some trimming on your decals. You'll see me doing that quite a bit. All right, so what I got going on, guys, is I got one of my decals. Now, the most important thing for me in this technique is knowing how long to leave your decal in the water. Now, I used to just throw my decal in there, let that thing float around for longer than needed. What I have learned is, guys, you can literally put your decal in there, and I do like a 5 count. I count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I pull it out, lay it out on my towel. What you do whenever you leave your decals in there, I've learned, for longer than needed, is you end up washing the glue out from behind the decal. And you're not getting a good full set of glue behind it whenever you allow it to sit in the water for so long. So, guys, it doesn't need to just soak in there for a long period of time. So what I do, again, this is going to be, we're going to put this on the very back, is what I do is I put it on my tweezers, and I literally put it in for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull it out, lay it down. Okay. Then take your brush, this brush right here, get it a little bit of water on your brush, apply the water to the spot that you're going to apply in your decal. Now, at this point, your decal should be ready to slide off, and it does. So, come back here. Let's put that bad boy on. Well, let's see. I'm going to have to do this. Put the wrong side on. Sorry, guys. Let's pinch that down. Pull it off. So, now, your decal's on. Take your other brush, and let's get this thing applied. I like to tap it. Since this body has raised lettering, this paintbrush, the bristles literally allow you to tap that decal down onto those raised letters. Boom. There it is. Decal is on. It's that simple. That simple. So now, let's do the other side, since that's what side I should have done first. Another thing, guys, something I didn't just do, pay attention. Make sure your decals, you're using the right decals in the right spot. Sometimes it can be deceiving. I don't know why I'm shaking so much. That's weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull that out. Let's get some water on this again. Very simple. Should slide. It does. Let's put that bad boy on right there. Boom. Okay. Now take your other brush. There we go. Guys, now as you see, I'm literally just, the technique is like you're just painting it on. Tap and paint. Tap and paint. It's so simple, guys. So easy. I love this technique. I love it. So boom. There's that one. Now, take your paper towel. Have one handy. Dab. Don't wipe. Just dab. There's that. All right. Cool, cool, cool. So there's that. So now let's get the one on the hood. Okay. So again, have your scissors handy. Let's trim that off. Lay that up there. Grab your tweezers. Put that in the water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lay that out. Take this. Apply some water. Should slide right off. Sure does. Turn it. Now, guys, again, be patient. Now, I like to use my fingers to move the decals around. The reason why is because I feel like it's just safer. I don't want to tear my decals. My fingers are decently soft enough to where I feel confident that they're not going to rip or tear the decals. Some people use tweezers. Guys, and again, these are you've heard me say it 1,000 times. These are my techniques. They're not the right way. They're my way, right? you guys are more than welcome to use my techniques. That's why I make these videos. Dab the excess water off with the paper towel. Boom. Applied. Guys, so simple, so easy. I love this technique. I love it so much. Now, that is pretty much the only decals that I am wanting to lay so far on the body. Now, we do have a decal that goes on the rear tailgate, which I can't really apply that right now because I sprayed it with some clear this morning, so it is currently drying. But guys, that is the process. That is how we lay decals, or how I lay decals on my build. So guys, so simple, so easy, so simple, so easy. So try this technique, guys. Let me know how you like it. Drop a comment if you already do this technique. Okay, and if you have a different technique, share it. Share that technique with us. But again, all you need are some tweezers, 2 paintbrushes, 1 for application, 1 for water application, scissors, water, 1 drop of dish soap, and a towel to dry. Guys, that's it. That is literally how you apply decals. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this sit, let this dry. Again, I will be applying a coat of clear on this body to kind of just seal in those decals after they dry. Again, you have to let these things dry, guys. You have to. You cannot get in a hurry. Do not get in a hurry. The last thing you want to do is start spraying clear coat over these decals and the decals not be set and clear coat get underneath those decals, guys. I promise you it's not pretty. It's not fun. It is enough to make you cry. I know, I've done it. So with that being said, guys, that is it. That's all I got with this video. Well, actually, I don't know. I may come back and show you what it looks like after I clear it, but I think you guys get the idea, right? Again, I hope this helps. I hope this technique is something that you guys can use, something that you can try, and I hope it works out for you just as well as it works out for me. So with that being said, guys, I am going to start packing. I got to start getting ready to go. I got to head out. I'm going to start leaving for Tulsa, headed to the Route 66 Model Expo. Guys, going to go to the show. Hopefully I see you there. I'll be there filming. I'll be there giving out some of my own awards. So if you see me, come and say hi. Come and say hi. I'd love to meet you. All right, guys, have a good one. As always, God bless. And until next time, be safe and love Jesus.